Hey, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Middle of the week. We actually have some new desks in here, which is kind of nice. So, getting ready for the physical school year, here's what you'll get: normal desks and chairs, which is better than the stuff from the 60s we had. Um, just kind of going over chapter 9 at this point because we are getting closer to the two-thirds part um, of the semester. Summer semester goes a lot quicker. So here's some of our updates. We got chapter 9 of the social work functions. And a couple of the first ones they go over in chapter 9 is consultancy and resource management. So as a social work consultant, you can be a case manager and you can help with resolving personal and interpersonal problems. When you're dealing with resource management, it could be coordinating social service delivery or linking clients with formal and informal resources. Some of the social work functions you may provide is, in some cases, education, and that's information sharing through teaching, training, or community education. You've also got integrating practice, policy, and research. So that could be direct practice or a way to resolve problems in social functioning, linking up clients with resources, which really is a big one. A lot of people tend to downplay that, but we can't counsel anybody until all their basic needs are met. So that's why it is a big deal to get their basics covered. We also have policy analysis and formulation, and that's where we recognize policy impact on direct practice and achieve equality and allocation of resources, inform a decision making policy for development. So as social workers, we try to keep up with the current facts, everything that's going on, and how we would inform folks about what is going on. We've also got the research and evaluation. So this is how we do keep up on the things that are important by doing up-to-date research, maybe collecting samples, going over the data of populations we've served, etc. So draw up evidence-based practice, apply research findings to address the service gaps and barriers, contribute to knowledge base of social work, and that does mean writing and publications. So a lot of times we ask why in social work we focus so much on writing. It's a big deal. Getting the up-to-date modern data out there, like cost of living data and different data that's important for running your household. So they have a good table in chapter 9 at 9.1 that covers consultancy, resource management, and education, and what it looks like with practice, policy, and research. So those are some of the things that are important there. Definitely review that one. We've also got the different consumers and consultancy and resource management and what that may look like. So social work, consultancy from that level. I know we had promised watching that second half of not children in the system, but there's another one about there is the Paris Hilton documentary, so that's a big one. that we have about trauma.
Why aren't you the landlord? Yes, you. Why aren't you the landlord?
You've got to get your commercial in there. So, removed. Part 3. So that's the one that we were kind of halfway through here.
Morning, Kathy. Thank you. Hungry?
Nice to
Like pancakes?
remember not to have yeah. Hey, buddy.
So he was just adopted and still wearing his mom's sweatshirt here. So kind of a new house. Meeting these new kids.
She was crying. He was sometimes okay, and to be nice, and just ask her nicely. I think your parents are gonna love him. He's such a sweet kid. Come on. He's just a little child, not a convict.
I'm not saying he's a convict. He's not just a child. We don't know where he comes from. We don't know anything about him. We don't know what it means for kids. We just don't want you to get too attached. Alrighty. Guys, we can bring that in here. Bring it to the table. You two baby, you two here. Come Hey, can you put that please? Just one at a time. Please do. Please do. She does are really, I think that's fast. Good, okay, good. Come on. Cool. Okay. Relax. Let's get this one. Please.
Commercial 1 here. We'll skip it.
You got the airplane? Yeah. Oh man, how cool. Boy. I miss you so much. Little Gabby. When you were born, I just looked at you with those bright brown eyes. And I just knew you would love me. Protect me tonight forever.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, that's fine. We're going. We're going.
Shoot. Miss you so bad. They let me have you. Still there? Ooh. Oh, chocolate chocolate. It was really special for Daddy. It's a couple. That hopes you don't get lost. Oh.
Did you find this?
Somebody else's phone. That's weird because I have. Christine said, "Wow, I like Griffin." Right. She said, "Hell."
Hey. Oh my goodness, look at it. It's raining outside. Hey, buddy. Your mom is so excited to see you. She's been working so hard, going to our meetings. She has a new place to live. She can't wait to have you back home. Are you excited to see her? Hey, buddy. You're right here. Wanna come with me? Remember how I carried you to the kangaroo? You put it over here?
We're gonna take this little guy here so you can get some rest. Since the moment that you were born, you were a star. You just lit up the room. Remember, it's you just looked at me with those big, brown, beautiful eyes. You take care of Mama. I knew you would never leave me. That's right.
Do you want to know what I was thinking?
Yes.
I think it is a terrible idea.
Stay right here with us. With your giggles, your smiles, your laugh, your tears. You love me. You are a part of me. No one can take that. Remember that. Your time here is a big part of you. Don't ever let go of that.
Yo, Jeff. Oh, hey man, what's up? They delivered your package to my door again. Ah, yeah. Is this you? You know, kids always ordering stuff on Amazon. Oh yeah, I know. Anyway, well, thanks, man. Yeah, no problem. I'll see you around. See ya. Well, hold on a second. Honestly, I got a question, man. You're here all week. I never see you go to work. How do you live here? Honestly, picture's worth 1,000 words. You want to come in? I'll just show you. Yeah, sure. All right, come on in, man. So the reason I'm home all day is because there's no reason to go anywhere. It doesn't matter where I am. My digital assets are always generating income. So this might surprise you because this approach is so simple. It's not investing, it's not cryptocurrency, it's not even these risky, fancy things you hear about all over the internet now. It's more like owning simple rental properties on the internet. You just create these simple digital assets for pennies, and then you turn around and you rent them out to other people for sometimes a few dollars, sometimes up to a few $1,000s. You do it over and over and over. Honestly, I believe this is the most legitimate and easy to start strategy to fuel any life that you want in the modern economy. I don't have a boss. I don't work from 9 to 5. I live my best life every day, and that is why I encourage you. Click the link that's below or around this video right now to check out a free presentation. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about creating your own digital asset. There's never been a better time to get started. According to Forbes and McKinsey, e-commerce experienced 10 years of growth in a 90-day stretch recently. And this hasn't stopped, meaning there is more and more opportunity for regular folks right now than there ever has been before. See, back when I started in 2008, the online world was a drastically different place. At that time, I was broke, I was overweight, I was depressed, I was $495,000 in debt. And yet since then, I've been named to the Inc. 5000 list 3 times. I've built 4 different 8-figure businesses online, working right here from home. I've generated in total over $100 million online. So just imagine what's possible right now today. This is why I've helped already over 200,000 smart people just like you.
Like 4 research man.
Did you find this? Wow, this was my dad's. Thought it was gone. He used it when he would go sailing. He loved boats and sailing and loved the ocean. And yeah. Do you know what this is? This is a compass. And what it does is basically, you see that arrow there? So whichever way you move it, that arrow points north. And that helps you find your way. If you know which way north is, you can always find your way home.
Little Gary.
So that is some of the foster care. Sorry for the commercial. Emergency call from my wife with 2 babies, Irish twins, and a third on the way. We'll have 3 under 2.5, which will be busy. So again, as a social worker, you could be the consultant, either enabler at the micro level with individuals and families. You could be a facilitator, that's at the meso level with the formal groups and organizations. You could also have the planner role, so that's at the macro level with communities and societies. And then also colleague and monitor role. So you've got a few of those. Here's kind of what it would look like in our grid that we use for all of them. That the social work profession tries to cut through all of them. So if you're a consultant, you may use counseling strategies at the micro level with individuals and families, at the macro level with organizational development. You also could have research and planning strategies. So that's at the macro level with communities and society. So macro is always the biggest, and that's the one that you'll see. A professional acculturation strategies. So that's in the social work profession. Some of the fundamental aspects of planning, you may need to have a vision. That's ideas of things you want to do for the future and whatnot. Desired outcomes could go into that. Environmental considerations, so resource capability, planning processes, and then finally implementation. So as a resource management person, you may be the broker and advocate. And at the micro level, that's as a consultant. You could also be the convener and mediator role. So at the meso level, formal groups and organizations. That could be, if you're in foster care, different groups that you're working with that, like Lighthouse Youth Services, for example, that's one that I use. We got Dr. Lichtenberg in here. So talking case management, foster care, adoptions, and foster to adopt. Resource management roles, that could be, you could be the activist, so at the macro level in communities and societies, as a catalyst. In the social work profession, you start those things up. And here's table 9.2 you see in chapter 9 that helps understand the difference between being a consultant and being an educator with those resources. So with resource management strategies, you may do case management. And at the macro level, that's with individuals and families, maybe getting them to a food pantry, helping them get to a soup kitchen for the night, things of that level, to get their basic needs met. Food pantries with a clothing store. And then doing network strategies, that's more at the meso level again. So formal groups and organizations, maybe it is with a large organization like Lighthouse Youth Services and helping network to connect families with their unmet needs. Some social action strategies, that would be at the macro level with communities and societies, larger to maybe advocate for more affordable housing, hoping to get a teenage homeless shelter into the area. Community service strategies, so the social work profession is, again, where we stay active and involved to help our clients. Now, the last bits are education roles. So as a teacher, that might be at the macro level, individuals and families, like teaching them how to case manage for themselves. That's big, to empower them to empower themselves. Also at the trainer role, so that's meso level. Maybe you run groups for those organizations. Like at Lighthouse, we ran a trauma group to help people overcome PTSD and trauma. As an educator, you might do the outreach role, and that's at the macro level with communities and societies. As a researcher and scholar, social work profession, we step into those, and here's what the grid looks like for that. At the macro level, doing outreach with community education, maybe training people how to grow their own food, train them how to start a garden this time of year. And then last two slides with education strategies, maybe information processing and strategies at the micro level. It's with individuals and families. At the meso level, it would be professional trainings and strategies. So maybe running a formal group again, running formal groups with different organizations. And then maybe community education strategies at the macro level, and at communities and societies. And the final piece, knowledge and development strategies as the social work profession evolves. So doing those, some of these could be added to your paper, especially with when you're writing about international social work or local social work, which job you'd rather have, looking up the different salaries, putting those in, if you'd want to do the Peace Corps, or if you want to stay local, the AmeriCorps. And then after that, all we really have is your community observation of a place that you have not been before, and your PowerPoint presentation of that. You can either come into class to present that or film a YouTube live that won't take up space for that. So you have both options there. And from there, it's like a small paper in the final exam. We're done. We're actually going to be finishing up July 15th. So see you guys next class on a Friday. So have a good middle of the week and see you then.